Oh my goodness, it has been quite the morning. We let Jack ride the bus this morning because Ty doesn't go later and I wasn't ready to leave the house, and so he was thrilled. He loves riding the bus, and I don't let him ride it very often just because I feel like it takes so much extra time of his day. If he were to ride it to and from school, it's like adding an extra hour and a half of time away from home, and so I like to drive him. But I got the other boys with me right now. Cutenesses. They're watching a show, and we're gonna go. My goodness, I'm not even that tired. I don't know why I'm yawning. We're gonna go drop off Koi at the office for an hour or so while I go to the doctor's this morning, and then Bryke will go with me to the doctor's unless he really wants to stay at the office. Then we'll see. But because there's only one trainer there today and probably 2 boys with autism, I'll probably just bring Bryker with me. If both the trainers were there, sometimes I let him stay, but I know both of them won't be there today. One of them has the week off. So we are at the office waiting for the trainer to get here for Ty. She should be here like any minute. She had to go pick up another little boy, so she probably will be here in the next like 10 minutes. And then I gotta go to the doctor's, and I have to be there 15 minutes after she'll probably get here. So I hope Ty drops off easy today and isn't like a pain, you know, because some days it's hard. He doesn't like being dropped off, or he gets upset, or is like really ornery. So I'm hoping it's not one of those days. I'm hoping he does really good. Are you guys ready? Ty, do you want to go in and see Terry? Bryker's gonna go with Mama to the doctor. Bryke, do you want to go see the baby doctor? Should we go to the baby doctor? Hmm? Yeah? You love your baby sister, huh? Yes, I do. He's always, yes, I do. I do love her. Oh, I feel so bad. Ty, he's gone all week without any problems. He's done so good going to the office, and he's been happy and excited. Like, so incredibly good. And this week, I mean this morning, he like had the worst meltdown, and it's the one day that I can't just be like, okay, let's go home, because I have a doctor's appointment. So all the other times where it would have been fine if he had a meltdown, we could have just gone home, or I could have stayed with him longer. He was like fine, and now this one morning that I have to go, because I left like 5 minutes before my doctor's appointment. I stayed with him for a while trying to get him happy, and he just is so upset. I have no idea why he's so mad right now, but he is mad. He is like PO'd, and I have no clue why. Good job. That's a good boy.
Huh?
What you doing?
Good.
You look so cute in your little orange skinny pants.
Hey.
Wow. Is that cool? Hey. Wow, that is the fastest that doctor's office has ever been, ever. That was amazing. Only because I need to get back to Koi. He was so sad when I left him, and I'm glad they were quick. I was only there for a total of 40 minutes. That's like including waiting room time and waiting for the doctor to come in, and they're usually really a lot better in the mornings. So I scheduled for my next appointment for morning again. Alright, I just ran home and got the stroller because we are headed clear up to Motherhood Maternity to buy a pregnancy sleeping pillow thingy. I haven't been sleeping very good, and I'm getting really exhausted, and I was talking to my husband about it. I'm like, I'm just so tired all the time, and was like, go buy one of those weird pillow thingies. I was like, normally I would not spend that much on a pillow, ever. Like, even the thought of it is kind of like, oh, I don't really want to, but especially since this is my last pregnancy, I'm like, is it worth the money? But he's like, yes, it's worth it. Go get one. I think he realizes, you know, comfort is pretty important. And I'll be less grumpy if I get good sleep. So I'm gonna go get a maternity pillow. They better have one in stock. I hope, and I should probably call first, but I don't want to drive all the way up there and then them not have one. But I gotta get up there though. At least I don't have to do all my grocery shopping because I did it yesterday. So I just have to get that one store, which I know to some people it's like, why would you drive all that way for one store? But for how crappy I've been sleeping this last week, it's like, okay, it's time to get something to sleep more comfortably. So I'm gonna go up to that store. I'm sitting here in the car driving, and I hear like probably about every 10 seconds for the last few miles, Ty has been doing this really high-pitched screech, like just ear-piercing screech. And it got me thinking, and I mean, I don't know how I can possibly think through all the screeching, but it got me thinking about how blessed I feel to be his mom. And I know normally that would not make people think of that, but he has definitely impacted my life in such a different way than I ever thought possible. When someone, you know, is told that their child has autism, for me it was really, even though I knew going into that appointment, I knew he had autism, I knew what they were going to say. Hearing a board of professionals that deal with autistic children every day tell me that my son has autism, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I cried and cried and cried, and I already knew that that was the diagnosis. I grew up around autism. I knew the signs of it. I knew that's what he had. Like, I could tell he had autism. There still was a part of me that just didn't want to believe it, I guess. So when I hear a whole board of people telling me that yes, he has autism, and you know, kind of what I was in for as far as programs and things we can apply for, and you know, waiting lists and all these things, it was a lot to take in. But looking back on that day, that was about 3 years ago. Looking back, I feel so blessed, and so much has happened in my life to change for the better because of him and his needs that he has. And you know, there are times where I'm not going to lie, it is hard and it is not fun, and there are times that it's gross. There are times that I want to run away for a week and just have a nice vacation alone with no children, but I don't, because I don't want to miss out on their lives, and I don't want to miss out on things. And I feel very blessed to be the mom to the kids that I have. And it's, you know, things like that normally would annoy the crap out of someone. For me, it's like, I'm grateful that he can have any noise coming out of his mouth. I know of a couple of kids that are literally mute. They don't have any noise coming out of their mouths at all. And yes, he doesn't talk a lot, and especially since the seizures, he hasn't talked near what he used to. I still feel incredibly blessed that he can at least make noise, you know, and express himself. And as annoying as it may be, and my ears are still ringing from it, I still feel like it is one of those things that you can choose to look at as a blessing or a curse. And for me, I look at it as a blessing because at least I have him. You know, there's someone in my family who their little boy had autism as well, and he was about Ty's age when he got really sick and he passed away. And it's been years. It's been like 6 or 7 years. I think 6 years now, maybe 7, and it still just hits me so hard every time I think about it, because especially right now, this year is really, his death has really hit me, because he had the same type of conditions that Ty has, and he didn't make it. And it really, it's been hitting me a lot lately, and I just feel very blessed to be his mom, and for every day that I get to be with him and my other kids, for every day I get to be with them, I feel like it's a blessing. And the same thing with this pregnancy. It's been a very hard pregnancy. It's been very draining. I've been very sick. A lot has happened. I mean, it's been a really, really hard pregnancy, but I had 3... Oh, what, baby? Hold on, okay? I had 3 miscarriages before having this baby since Riker. So I had Riker and then 3 miscarriages. And I think those miscarriages made me actually appreciate being sick and appreciate this pregnancy, even though it's been so hard, because at least I'm still pregnant. I feel like every day that I am pregnant with this baby is a day closer to her being in my arms, and every day that I'm pregnant is a blessing. Even if I don't get a baby at the end of it, even if I get an angel baby, I still feel like every day that I am pregnant with her is a blessing. And it, you know, it's been a really emotional pregnancy, and that's the scream I'm talking about. It's been very hard, but it still is just a huge blessing that I would not trade for the world. So I'm feeling very grateful today. I don't know, I just, his little screeches just got me thinking about how blessed I am to have the children that I do have, and I just feel very fortunate to be where I'm at in life. Alright, we are just about to that store, and Ty just had another seizure. He's had quite a few today, and they're longer ones where he cries after and he's really tired, and he doesn't usually have a lot like that, and so I'm hoping everything's okay. Like, it's starting to make me worried. Yeah, he just got out of one while I've been driving, and I was timing it, but it was 1.5 minutes, which is long for him. Usually they're shorter than that. So I don't know. I called the neurologist, and I'm waiting for them to call me back. This is probably the worst part about living out of the city, is we live 5 hours from his neurologist. 5 hours. So, sometimes, like when this type of stuff happens, we can't just run into an appointment. Like, we have to call them and wait for them to call back, and like, it's a longer process, and so it's kind of frustrating. And you know, we never know if we're going to end up having to go over to the neurologist or not, which is 5 hours away. So that can be exhausting too. It's just like, we just don't know what's going to happen, and it's very frustrating. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. I don't know if we're going to have to take a trip over there today. I'm hoping not, because it's so long. 5 hours is a long time to drive, plus we're an hour from home, then we'd have to go back home another hour, and then back up this way, and 4 hours the other way. So it's a lot in the car today, so I'm really hoping we don't have to. But look at him now. He just had a seizure a few minutes ago, and he's just now very lethargic looking and laying around, and that's when it's a bad seizure. When he's like that, he cried after. If it hurts his head a lot, he'll cry after. and then he acts like this, and I'm really getting worried. And I just hope he starts feeling better. I just don't know if I should use his emergency meds. I have them with us, but I'm waiting to hear back from the nurse if I should use them, because usually you only use them if for a really long seizure, if his eyes roll back in his head, or passes out and stops breathing. And then the other time is when he has multiple seizures in an hour, like a lot. But he's only had one seizure an hour all day, like one per hour. But they're happening every hour, and so I just don't know what to do, because that's never happened before. So as soon as I hear back from her, we will figure this out and decide where to go from here. All right, I just got off the phone with Ty's neurologist nurse, and she said to just give him his Diastat, which is his emergency medication. So I gotta find somewhere that I can pull over and do that. It's basically a rectal injection, and I know he's gonna hate me for it, but she said it should pull him out of his rhythmic seizures that he's been having today. By rhythmic, I mean they're consistently coming about the same time, kind of like if you were to have contractions. Like it's like every 45 to 50 minutes he's having one, and they're like bad ones, and so we're hoping it will just kind of pull him out of it. He'll probably sleep for a few hours to sleep it off, but she just said that it's better to get him pulled out of the seizure using that than it is to have him still seizing every hour throughout the day, and who knows when it would stop. So I'm gonna pull over up here and give him his medicine, and hopefully it will just kick the seizures that he's been having today and make him feel a lot better. It's really scary. I feel so bad that he has to deal with this kind of stuff. It's just, it breaks my heart. As a mom, it is one of the worst things, is having your child deal with something like this. It just, like, I just want to take it away from him, take all the pain away and his head hurting and all the tiredness that it causes, and just take it away, and I can't, and it's just hard. I'm terrified he's gonna end up back in the hospital again. It wouldn't surprise me, just because he's been in the hospital quite a few times since all the seizure stuff happened back in August. We were vlogging at the time, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go watch those. But it just, oh, it's so hard. He's been in the hospital a lot, and so it wouldn't surprise me if we had to go back, but I'm really hoping we don't. I've just been watching him really closely. It's been about a half hour since he had the medication, so I'm watching him to see if he has another seizure, or see if it, you know, took care of it. So we'll see. It's just scary. We're waiting right now to pick up Jack. There is always a huge line of cars and a lot of people, so we try to get here early so that we can get a good spot, so that we're not walking 2 blocks with all these kids to go get him. So we're here and just waiting. Such a boy. Oh my gosh.
I just love Ninja Turtles.
Awesome.
I'm making this is where the Ninja Turtles live.
Okay. Bright's gonna be over there watching a show. And Ty is feeling much better this afternoon. Becky, so what are you doing? Jack, what are you doing with all those?
Doing a Ninja Turtle set.
Cool. Gotta have a Ninja Turtle set. Alright, the boys are in bed. And I'm running out into the garage, and I'm really glad I parked in the garage because it's pouring rain, but I usually do. It's just sometimes I don't if I take the other car. But I need to go out and get my maternity pillow that we just got. I left it in the car. See if we can get it. Oh. Lock my head. I'm one of those weird people. I lock my car when it's in the garage. Okay. I've always been that way. My husband, I think it drives him a little crazy. Because I always lock my car, even if it's in the garage. And I always like double check before I go to bed that all the cars are locked. I need to turn that light off. I don't know. I like the security of knowing my car's locked. I don't know why, but look, I'll show you guys. It's been raining outside a lot. It's like silkety wet out there. Everything's wet. You can't really see it very good because the light behind us. Let's see. There we go. Yep, it's pouring rain still. The fence looks all like weird colored because it's pouring rain. Fine, all the kids are asleep. Oh, it's even snowing in the mountains. Look at the mountains, guys. Can't even see them because it's snowing. Wow. I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's only like, oh goodness, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Yes, I am a loser who goes to bed at 8 o'clock. I'm just so tired all the time, and pregnancy is just, it's really wearing on the body. So I'm going to lock my other car. And the other car. Okay. All of the cars are locked. One of them's not parked in the garage, so I definitely make sure that one's locked. I already put the dinner away and just locked the car. And this is the pillow that I got, the pregnancy pillow. It's the Boppy Total Body Pillow in like a super cute print. I don't know what print it is, but it's like got birds and flowers and stuff on it. So it better be comfy. I hope it is. I really hope it is because I need to sleep good.